Hi, Brandy. Just trying to post the link on Discord. If I can find where I'm at with it. How are you doing? Somebody beat me to it. So I think I'm going to work on this picture from Rain Art. Dog hair off of it. So dog hair or a bird feather floating around somewhere. Hi, Shell. Welcome, welcome. And I figured since there's a spotlight on Rain Art for this month, I would do one of her pictures. Thought I was going to do another one, but I was playing with it already and I messed it up, so chucked it. And I thought I'd go with her. I was a little leery. Oh, I understand, Shell. It's all good. I was a little leery about doing her because I feel like she needs to have black hair. And I don't feel like I can do that very well, especially since I want to paint the background out black. But here we are. We're going to give it a whirl. I think I'll play with the skin first, though. It's funny how we always go into the skin, huh? Seems like it's been such a long week. I love how big her eyes are. I hope I can do them justice. And I guess I'm going to go with a Pablo brown ochre. And I kind of use every kind of pencil. I mean, I have a Holbein, a Prisma, a Poly, a Lumi, and a Pablo. And that's pretty much everything I have except the Brutes. So I usually combo my pencils quite a bit. But yeah, seems like it's been a very long week. Yeah, I love her stuff. I just recently got the Little Critters 2, but I have like I don't know, 6 more of her books in my Etsy cart right now. Just kind of lingering and hanging out with each other, waiting on me. Hi, Melissa. Well, it's the one I've been playing with right now, so I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. I mean, I want it to be different for different ones. I mean, some girls I want to, look tan or just darker, um, and then a fair skin. But I just want that, all around go to one. I can't say I've really found that yet, but this is where I've been going mostly lately. I mean, I started another girl, Mariola, and so I was liking her skin, and it's pretty much the same pencils, but I hate what I got going on with the hair, so I may or may not finish her. When I don't finish one, I'll use it for a practice page, but then I'll still reprint and try to do the same image. And there was some confusion. I was trying to get a grocery order delivered today, and there was some confusion about that. It told me the order got picked up and all of that. And then, I don't know, something on their end got messed up, and basically nobody ended up taking it when they thought somebody had. And then they contacted me, and then they were like, you just still want us to go do this? And I'm like, yeah, actually I do. Kind of need my stuff. And so they are, and my grocery gal is shopping. I told the kids it'll probably be here when I go live, so it's all them. They get to take care of it all. Make sure you don't leave any freezer or fridge stuff out. I'm just like, okay. Which they're pretty good about. They help me with the groceries anyway. We all have our jobs. But, I make sure it's done. I've been going through, I gotta get me a sip of my tea. I was about to start coughing. Every time I go live, my throat wants to get wacky. But I go through Shipped, is what it's called. And they go to a grocery store around me called Myers. They pick it up and they deliver. They'd walk it in my house and put it in my fridge for me if I wanted them to. Or deep freeze in my garage. Or I'm like, yeah, no, the door's fine. Y'all don't need to go further than that. That's good enough. I was actually going to try to, once all the miscommunication with the delivery happened, I was going to try to just go myself. And I was kind of excited about it because it's been so long since I've actually been to the grocery store for myself. I was kind of excited, like, ooh, gonna pick out my own meat. And but then I ended up not. And I ended up going to the hospital to see my dad, who is back in the hospital. Kind of been on this loop with him since he had that seizure in June. Trying to get him all figured out. He's at least being more cooperative. Most of the time, Kroger's does, Melissa. I got caught up with them because they're so close. And so then when I started this shipping stuff, it was like, I could draw you a map of every aisle and everything. It's just like I knew the place so well and knew their products. I don't know. Because I do get some Meyer products. Some store brands are okay with certain things. Some things you just have to have the real deal. Like, we're a little picky with our peanut butter brand and steak sauce. That's one of my husband's, because I don't even use steak sauce. But he's tried other brands and even store brands, but he's like, yeah, no. But we have our favorite Meyer brand stuff. The kids all registered for their new school, and that's going to happen soon. We have both of them have it's her first year of high school and his last year of grade school. Both brand new schools for them, and They both have an open house this week. We got to do some more shopping. So I tell you what, I don't know if it's feels like this in other countries or anything, but it seems like the smaller your kid is, the easier and cheaper it is to buy clothes for them. Hi, Evelyn. Thanks for coming. Keep watching it, and it's like the older they get, the more expensive their clothes get. And I'm like, man. And we're not all about brands and labels and stuff. I mean, not that they don't get any name brand things, but it's like head to toe and everything is known. It's not like that. But I used to be able to buy her so many cute little girl outfits and everything when she was smaller. I could buy her a bunch of them, and it just didn't seem like it cost hardly anything compared to what it is now. Now she shops at, she's in the women's section. So I miss shopping in the little girl section, really. All their cute little matched up outfits and stuff. My boy, he's, like I said, it's his last year of grade school, but he's fifth grade. He's still pretty easy to shop for. Except when he tried to pick out we went shoe shopping last week, and he tried to pick out a backpack that cost $65. And I'm like, yeah, no. I said, is that backpack going to do your homework for you? What's the deal? I mean, if it's, made well and all that, but it wasn't even, it was, in my opinion, it felt kind of chintzy. So I wasn't going to do it. I said, well, we'll see what else we see out there when we do more shopping, and maybe we'll circle back around to this. I don't think that's going to happen. Hi, Marilyn. Appreciate everybody coming to hang out for a little bit. I almost didn't go live. Just been trying to, felt all frazzled all day. Phone's been blowing up with my aunts and my uncles and my dad's girlfriend and everybody calling about my dad and going to see my dad and dealing with our normal household stuff. I'm like, man, can a girl just color? That's all. I just want to, everything be peaceful and pleasant and just, kick back and color. But sometimes life just doesn't agree with that. I know, right? Yeah, she's been looking at the map of her school. She's she's excited, but I'd say nervous is dominating right now. It's the completely new school district plus the first year of high school, so she is feeling it. But she where she went to school at, the whole, well, for, and both of them, they was at the same school. the whole entire school, and I'm just like, I'll just stop coloring and talk. From pre-K through senior high school, they had a total of 630 some students. And they're going to a school that's so big now that the 9th grade is separated from the rest of the high school into their own building. And there's over 700 students just in 9th grade. And so they're mind blown right now. And so she's looking at the map and they call it her campus. And she's like, ooh, they call it a campus. And trying to figure it out. She was like, I'm going to get so lost. And I was like, but then somebody's going to find you and help you and you'll be fine. Leave a trail of breadcrumbs. You'll be okay. I know, right? I was like, wow. So it's definitely a big change. They just had a little bitty school going on. They in it now. I think it'd be good for them, though. A bigger variety of people. We moved from a place that, it was a good little spot. Don't get me wrong. There was a lot of great things about the small town, small school stuff. Lots of wonderful things about it. But then at the same time, there were some things not so good about it. Oh, wow. Less than 30. Well, my friend, her son graduated from her high school, and his graduating class had 1,600 students. Just in his graduating class. I was like, wow. So yeah, coming from a school total 630 some students, it's whoo. And she doesn't get to ride the bus. We live too close to the school. So she has to be a walker, which is, it's fine. It, ain't gonna hurt her, and I feel pretty good about it. I'm not too worried, and so I guess we'll have to get you an umbrella as part of your back to school supplies. I mean, you take out a few trees and maybe a house, and you could practically see the school from our place. So, I mean, it is super close. But thankfully, he gets to ride a bus still. Because I wouldn't like that if they was trying to make him be a walker. I was like, Like, man, you have to take him or walk him every day. Hi, Terry Lynn. Thanks for coming. Apparently, there's one. I didn't think I had any dogs with me, but apparently I do because I can hear them making sounds. Making sounds that smell bad. All right, thanks for popping in, Shell. Sweet dreams. I wish I could get some sweet dreams in my life. And I've been having a hard time with my sleeping. Well, I mean, I always have had issues with my sleep, but ever since I lost my friend not long ago, I talked to her Friday, and she was gone on Monday, and so I go to sleep and I hear her voice and hear that phone call, and it's been bothering me. I think there's a lot of lockdown babies, Evelyn. Here I'm trying to convince my family we should have another baby. My husband and kids think I'm crazy. I even tried to drag my bestie in on it. Like, girl, you need to have another one. It's not easy, Evelyn, that's for sure. It'll definitely be something that haunts me the rest of my life. That's for sure. There's no way around that. Really, Terry Lynn? That seems kind of odd to me. Or at least in my bubble of the world, it seems like just about everybody I know that's physically able to have a baby has wound up pregnant. Hoping I can get her face the way I want it so I can move on some hair. Sorry, my shopper texted me telling me they didn't have some of the frozen vegetables that I want. And I also got a message about my dad, so they are keeping him another night at the hospital. Man. He's supposed to see a stomach doctor now. They've got him on antibiotics. All last week he was miserable with some mysterious rash that he broke out in, and his doctor was baffled by it and pulled another doctor in to discuss it. They couldn't figure out what it was, and he's supposed to get a test done and see a dermatologist about that. They put him on steroids for it. It's clearing up for him, but it was bad. My first thought was, could he have had shingles? But the doctor said, no, that's not what it is. Like, okay. I know when school starts, I don't. Part of me thinks I'm like, man, it's going to be weird. We've moved to our new house last October. Well, the end of October and in the beginning of November, we were still moving. And I have not been here by myself at all since we've lived in this house. They have been on remote learning for the last year and a half. So they've just been with me. I just don't know what I'm going to do with myself with the house so quiet. No children trailing behind me. What are we going to do now? I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Boy, that's nothing. They eat a lot nowadays versus when they was little, you know. They always ate good, but my son, man, he's 10 years old and well, he'll be 11 in November, but I cannot believe how much that boy can eat now. And he just a little tiny thing, not a little tiny, but I mean, he's just not chunky, you know, so I don't know where he's putting it. I need to know that secret. If I look at it, I'm going to gain weight. Let's see. A whole pine. This is a cork. Yeah, I did think about that, Evelyn. But it's still gonna be weird. I think I'm gonna miss them. But then I question how long they're gonna be in school too. Keep hearing all kinds of rumors of possibilities and just I don't know. One never knows nowadays. So if they end back up at home on remote, then it wouldn't surprise me at least. Like okay, here we go again. Hey, View. Thanks for coming. Sitting here discussing the children going back to school. How I haven't been without them at all for a year and a half. They've been remote learning, so the house is gonna feel awful quiet and empty without them. I'll miss them. I'm sure I'll settle into it though. My daughter tells me things like, "Don't be going shopping without me, especially to the thrift stores or to the art stores." And I just laugh. I'm like, "Hey, whatever happens while you're in school happens." I haven't heard. I've been looking and watching out, but they haven't declared word on if they are going to make mask mandatory at their schools or not yet. So I'm still waiting to hear. However, I talked to them and told them that I wanted them to, regardless of what school says. And to still, obviously be washing their hands extra, and they'll have their own sanitizers and, keep their hands off of their face. And I feel like that's a good idea, regardless of all this mess, because before this issue existed, it seems like we would just get started in school by a few weeks, and then boom, one of them was sick with something, always catching some kind of snotty something or other from school. And I'm like, man, y'all need to quit bringing this stuff home, making me and Dad sick. So I'm all about it just because of that. I did tell my boy that, like when it's his last year of having playground recess and stuff. I said, you're outside and you're running around recess and everything, and, in a nice open space. I said, you don't have to wear it unless, they require it, of course. But I said, I'm good with that. I'm like, when you're on that bus and you're inside, mask up. Oh, that's a hard choice, Marilyn. They're all great. I don't have any of Linda yet. I want some of her stuff, but I don't have any yet. They're all great. I don't know. I like the cute and creepy too, but I've been saving that one for a little bit. I mean, I've colored in it some, but I laid off of it. Now I'm trying to keep myself out of it because I know October is just around the corner, and I'm probably going to be burning that book up. She's going to the checkout. In a second, I'm going to put you on mute so I can holler at the children to watch out for. They have responded. Coming.
Yes.
The shopper's checking out, so you guys need to go to the front living room and watch out for her. Okay. I am. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
When our movie goes off, can you want to play the Oculuses?
No.
Okay, we'll just watch Harry Potter.
Yep. Watch your Harry Potter. But watch for the grocery gal now, please. Focus. They've been trying to do a Harry Potter marathon all day today. I'm like, well, y'all just have at it. Fortunately for me, Evelyn, I can put the kids on it. So it's a pretty big order too. So they're going to be like, man. Well, what makes it big is I had to get like large supplies of pet stuff and household stuff. So I tapped into my back stock and I don't like doing that. And I did. So now I got to catch up and then restock the back stock stuff. Try making pull a wagon. They'll do okay though. They're used to it. I make them help with stuff. I make them do their own laundry. They should have gave me a credit or something, some money off, something for their messing up the delivery from what should have been earlier today. Could have had this already done, and I would have been helping. But mistakes happen, so I wasn't mad about it. They could have been friendly, been like, oh, here's a discount next time. My bad. Oh well. I certainly didn't bark about it. Uh, yeah, I hate when there's bad bagging jobs, especially when it involves my breads. I got one time, and it was, this boy. He wasn't very old. I mean, teen something, maybe 20ish. And he wasn't. He could care less about my bread, and he had my bread in a bag with canned goods. And I thought, what? And it wasn't on top of the canned goods. It was in the bag with just cans tossed in the bag on top. And I thought, wow. Now I did contact them to say something about that, and I got the cost of the bread credited, which I'd have been happier with an unsmooshed loaf of bread. And then I've had another shopper before. She had her own cold and frozen bags for things. So it was all separated out. It was so organized. I mean, it was so organized. You would think that, like, wow, did she alphabetically pack this stuff? And we unpacked our frozen and cold bags, and she just waited for her little bags. I thought, well, that was nice. Ain't that the truth, Marilyn? I've been, I since I got my printer. I got a new printer, so I've been up and going and able to print PDFs since I think it was like April. And it has took so much pressure off. I don't know. There's images I'm not as intimidated to color now. And then there's, trying different color combos or techniques or a completely new medium or something. Whether it goes horribly wrong or not, I'm not afraid to do it. So it's just being able to print stuff is just really took a lot of pressure off for me. I definitely jump in a lot more now on things I was hesitant with, which is good. I like that.